don't have any time for any gossip now. Eh? Yes.
Well, guys, apparently this situation with Jezzy and Jeannie Mai is still in court. We already talked about this a lot of times. I have multiple videos on my channel. You guys already know that Jezzy filed for divorce. Kind of blindsided Jeannie. She knew nothing. And then we found out that Jezzy had went on all of these interviews right before he filed for divorce, basically saying that his marriage was great and he was, having a great time being married. But he had already filed for a divorce. Well, we learned that Jeannie Mai was trying to save the marriage, but for some reason, Jezzy decided he just didn't want to be married anymore. I'm wondering if it's after he sold all of those books and became the #1 bestseller or whatever. Because I kind of feel like he only married her to clean up his image. But that's all alleged. That's just my thoughts. But anywho, then, they were back in court because Jezzy said that Jeannie Mai pretty much was not letting him see his daughter, right? Then Jeannie Mai came back and said he cheated. Now, Jeannie Mai is actually contesting the prenup, y'all. Yep, you heard exactly what I said. Jeannie Mai is basically contesting the prenup. What she is saying that she did not have enough time to actually read it, so therefore she signed it under duress. I'm laughing because I just feel like Jeannie Mai feel like she's been played and now she's getting back at him and she's using anything within her to fight back. But my thing is, girl, you looking real crazy because you were married before. You were married one time other than being married to him. So it's really given very much bitter. But this is my thing with Jeannie Mai though. How many baby mamas do Jezzy have? And I'm just going to keep saying it because the best predictor that we have of what someone will do is what they have done in the past. So my thing is, if you look at his life and all of the women that he has supposedly effed over, why did you think that you were going to be anything different? I'm going to keep saying that because that is the reality. Stop getting with men that have effed up past and think that you're going to be the save a hoe. Yep, the save a hoe. Because, girl, this is what he always do. The only difference with you is he married you because he felt like you could help him clean up his raggedy ass image. Okay, so let's just tell it what it is. People been saying Jezzy ain't shit. I think his best friend or used to be friend went online and said it. Not to say his friend is credible, but show me a successful relationship that Jezzy has ever had. For goodness sakes. He felt like his mother didn't love him. So if he felt like his mom didn't love him, then, he has problems with women. So let's get into what a contested divorce is. And we talked about this before, but I didn't know that the girl was going to go this low. Because, baby, now this is on Google, and, Google be wrong all the time. It is stating that Jezzy's net worth is about 10 million, and y'all know that's probably wrong. It's probably about 20. It's probably about 20 because Google be so very wrong. So in terms of Jeannie Mai, it says her net worth is 4 million, so it's probably 8. It be that Google stuff is usually always wrong. But let's get into this. So Jeannie Mai is contesting the divorce, okay? So she's basically saying she signed it under duress. She signed it a few days before the wedding. She didn't read it. She didn't do all of these things. Now, keep in mind, this lady had a prenup before with her previous husband, and it was alleged that she actually had to pay him. But he wanted to get away from her so bad that he just got married again, I believe, and moved on with his life. So the funny thing about this was the same lady doing video after video talking about submitting. She never submitted to shit, but it is what it is. It's not my problem, but it's kind of funny because at some point, after effing over so many women, at some point you have to pay the piper, but you actually paying her when you could have just you could have just, just kept it real and never got married because you never wanted to marry this lady in the first place. There's no way that you are getting a divorce after having all the children, and I know they're grown now, but still, all of the kids that you have had outside of a marriage, you would think at some point in your life that you would want to get your shit together, but absolutely not Jesus. So here's the deal. Let's just get to the seriousness of this. Jeannie Mai wants half. She wants to challenge the prenup. Although she signed it, she knew that it was a prenup, but she's going to now say that she signed it under duress and it was so close to the wedding date that she didn't even look at it, which could be a very viable argument. And we've talked about this before. So we all know that the purpose of a prenup is to clarify the financial rights of each party and the division of property upon the dissolution of marriage. As such, the terms of most prenups generally are restricted to financial matters. Some of the most common provisions in prenups can concern identification of each party's assets. So basically, in objecting to this prenup, she wants half. So isn't that ironic that the woman that you picked, that you possibly thought was a better choice, is the exact woman that you were trying to get away from? See, that is just how life works out. When you try to F over people, in the end, what ends up happening is you end up effing yourself. So there is a very big chance that she may walk away with half of his money and only was married to him for 2 years. I think he should have been honest in this situation, and I feel like he should have never married her. She never wanted to have children. She stated why she never wanted to have children, but I believe she felt like she was in a loving relationship. I don't know why. And she probably thought this was a good time to have a child, when all along she was just being used because this man was trying to build up his image. Now, some people are saying it was her family. It was her family. Now, I get it. It could have very well been her family. But I'm going to tell you this. If it was a woman with 4 baby daddies and she had an excuse, what would y'all be telling her? I feel like, that her mother didn't just come along. Her mother had been there. So if that was the case, why did you marry this lady? You should have set it in stone in the beginning that your mammy gotta go. So that's no excuse. No excuse.